I figured I'd make a video about the Red Blue Randomizer tournament and go over a few things. 1. What are the randomizer settings? 2. What are the rules? 3. How's the tournament set up, the brackets and such? 4. You were bad at YouTube. So we're going to go through each of these, except number 4. It's not a question. So we'll go over the randomizer settings first. The first thing I do is I change the impossible evolutions. In blue, that really only means Alakazam, Golem, Machamp, and Gengar. Those are the ones that you have to trade for them to evolve. Now they evolve at, I think it's level 37. Second thing is that the starters are changed. If we're doing a Caterpie run, all 3 of them will be Caterpie. Pokemon will still learn the same moves naturally. Their movesets are unchanged. Trainers Pokemon are now randomized. The starter is carried by the rival through the whole thing though. So if we're doing a Caterpie run, the last Pokemon you'll face at the end of the game is a Butterfree. Wild Pokemon are unchanged. I set the minimum catch rate up fully. That's just to catch my HM Pokemon. The TMs are randomized except for Dig and the HMs. So the TMs are found in the same exact spots, but they could be any random move now. I put on full HM compatibility. That's so I can use 4 of the HMs to teach one Pokemon, and I only have to carry that one Pokemon through the game. I won't use that to teach Surf to Charizard, for example, though. I won't abuse that. Next is the TM compatibility is random, but it prefers the same type. So let's say we've got a Bulbasaur. That's a grass and poison type. If we run across the TM for Absorb, which is also grass, it'll have a 90% chance to work. Same thing with Sludge, with that being a poison move. It'll be a 90% chance. Normal moves like Swift, Growl, those have a 50% chance. Unless it's a normal type Pokemon, then it's 90% chance of being compatible. And then there's a 25% chance otherwise. So if we run into Thunderbolt, Bulbasaur will have a 25% chance to be able to learn that. I forced 30% damaging moves for the TMs. So there's a 30% chance on top of the random chance that a TM will be an offensive move like Swift, Absorb, Thunderbolt, yada yada. The EXP curves are standardized. So what that means is it takes the same amount of experience to get to any particular level. And then the field items are randomized. So you could run into an Iron in Viridian Forest. The next thing are the tournament rules. Number 1, the only thing Pokemon are scored on is the final level at the end of the last rival battle after the Elite Four. Lowest level moves on in the tournament. 2, there are no resets and no saving during the Elite Four. Anytime a Pokemon faints, it is penalized by having to keep the experience points. 3, if a water, soda, or lemonade are found before Rock Tunnel, it can be used to skip the Rock Tunnel. It usually happens that we'll find one before Rock Tunnel. So far, it's only happened once where I didn't find one, and I think that was Jolteon. 4. If there's a tie, I run through the games again and use the second runs in the videos. That's happened once so far with Bulbasaur and Charmander. They both tied at level 59, so I ran through the game again with both of them. The way the tournament is set up doesn't allow for ties, so they need to be broken right away. 5. I am honestly trying my best with these runs. I'm not trying to sabotage them or anything, but you will see me do stupid things because. And 6, I will mispronounce names often. Don't bother to correct me. I don't care. So here's the tournament bracket. I tried to kind of have a theme going on. Tried to do kind of a logical way to do this. This is the best I came up with. So for the first 3, and each of these are an episode. So for the first 3, I got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. That's pretty obvious. And then for the next 2 are the bugs. So we've got Caterpie, Weedle, and Venonat. And then Paris, Pinsir, and Scyther. For the next 3, I went with stronger Pokemon. We've got the Eevee line, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. And then Ghastly and Dratini. Just those 2. Sometimes it doesn't work to have all 3 just to get a nice bracket like this. And then after that are the psychics Abra, Drowsy, and Mr. Mime. After that, I go for the rock and ground types, Geodude, Onix, and Rhydon, Sandshrew, Diglett, and Cubone, and Omanti, Kabuto, and Aerodactyl. After that, the next 3 have 4 each, but they all have the same type in them. So we've got Pidgey, Sparrow, Farfetch'd, and Doduo. And then we've got the electric types Pikachu, Voltorb, Electabuzz, and Magnemite. And then the fighting types Mankey, Machop, Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan. On the other side of the bracket, the first 3, we start off with all the water types. So Slowpoke, Staryu, and Psyduck. And then Magikarp, Goldeen, and Poliwag. And Tentacool, Krabby, and Horsey. After that, it gets a little more creative. The Rattata, Grimer, and Zubat don't really share a theme all that much, but they're kind of junk Pokemon in a way, so they go together. And then I've got the Nidoran male versus the Nidoran female. Then I've got a Team Rocket bracket, Meowth, Koffing, and Ekans. The next 3 are the normal types, so Jigglypuff, Clefairy, and Chansey, then Tauros, Kangaskhan, and Snorlax, then Ditto, Porygon, and Lickitung. After that, just like on the other side, it's groups of 4 with the same type. Vulpix, Growlithe, Ponyta, and Magnemar, and then Jinx, Seal, Shelder, and Lapras, and finally Tangela, Oddish, Bellsprout, and Execute. Well, that's about all there is to it. It's going to take 39 episodes to get through this tournament. I hope you guys stick around and enjoy it. These are a lot of fun to make. So thanks for tuning in.